Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Eric.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies, breaking them all the way down.
Hey, welcome back.
We are back.
Yes, we're back with some more Lethal Weapon 2 action for y'all's
Boom.
asses.
Yes.
This is a good one, man.
Explosive first act. I mean, literally.
Yeah, they were explosions, indeed. What are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking. So I have a funny story about this. I took a wrong turn and wound up at Kroger instead of Publix on my way here.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I went to the beer aisle and I'm like, man, there's so many IPAs. I hate IPAs. I'm tired of drinking IPAs, but I love red ales. I love ambers and that kind of stuff.
It is like red ale weather.
Yeah, exactly. And I saw that Tucker, a local brewery, Tucker Brewing, I saw their Pilsner and I'm like, well, that'll be a good last resort. But man, I really love their red ale. I wish they had their red ale. And then gleaming from the shadow of the back of one of the shelves, I saw a single lone box, and there it was, the Tucker Red Ale.
Very nice.
And so it was destiny. So I am drinking.
Shout out.
Yeah, Tucker Brewing Company's Georgia Red Lager.
Send us some beer.
Yeah, please do. This is great. I love Tucker Brewing. All of their beer is very good.
We should do like a live episode from Tucker Brewing.
That's true. We should do that. Yeah, that's right. Head on over there.
As long as they sponsor us. Don't do this shit for free.
Hint. I mean, we do it for free, but I mean, like if someone's going to pay us.
Well, I'm drinking some Eagle Rare. Your basic, strong, good bourbon, but no bells and whistles. This is
You've even gotten into the decanter, which I love.
I brought the decanter downstairs. Yeah, I was tired of making those trips back upstairs.
It's a long walk.
I'm in my decanter era.
Yeah.
No, as I said, we're back to talk about Lethal Weapon 2, classic 1989. I don't think for me, it's not like doesn't really touch the first one in terms of quality, but it's fucking good. It's really good.
I mean, I'm biased. This was the first one I saw.
So you said that you experienced this movie before you experienced the first Lethal Weapon, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember like anything about seeing it for the first time?
I do. I mean, it was on TBS.
Theater, was it?
No.
Okay.
This one wasn't in theaters. Despite all the fact that I have seen too many R movies when I was a child in theaters, this one was not one of the ones I saw in theaters. I saw this, I think either on USA or TBS, one of the cable networks.
Yeah.
And immediately loved it. This was post Die Hard at this point.
Okay.
And I loved that it was sillier than Die Hard.
Yeah.
And I loved that there was banter between the characters. I mean, even as a kid, I loved buddy cop kind of things, right?
Well, this was like the gold standard of buddy cop.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought the villains were menacing. I mean, even back then, I thought the villains were great.
It was good bad guys for sure.
Yeah, and just all around, it really was great for me. And so it's interesting when I went back and saw the first movie finally. I didn't like Joshua or the General as much as I liked the villains in Lethal Weapon 2.
Okay.
So I preferred the bad guys in Lethal Weapon 2 to Lethal Weapon 1.
They are maybe a little more colorful, like a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. And as a kid, I feel like Riggs' darkness in the first one was off-putting.
Yeah, for a kid.
As a kid, I liked his sillierness, his kind of the sillier persona in this one. And so, and as what always happens with kids is it imprints on you in a particular way.
Yeah.
And so I think on the merits, the first movie is better than the second movie. It's more consistent. It's less idiosyncratic. There's less continuity errors. The story makes a little bit more sense.
Mel Gibson's accent was better.
Oh my God, his accent is so bad in this movie.
It was weird.
So bad. Yeah, I have notes all over the place. It's like, dude, did you forget that you're supposed to be playing an American?
It's weird. Yeah, they must not have had the good dialect coach or
yeah,
something.
something. But yeah, he sounds almost just straight up Australian for the whole movie.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
But anyway, I didn't notice that as a kid, you know?
No, of course not.
But because I saw it first, that's the one that imprinted on me. And so I even today, like, you know, we've done Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 back to back. I watched Lethal Weapon 2 and enjoyed it more than Lethal Weapon 1.
Oh, yeah, still to this day.
Still to this day.
Okay.
To this day. Yeah.
I don't recall my like first time seeing this one. But I do think we had both of them like on VHS, recorded off of TV, and I would probably watch them both about the same amount of times.
Mhm.
But I think I was watching them both like from the get go. So I've probably seen them both. Yeah. Similar amount of times. But I think I always liked the action sequences and stuff a little bit more in the first one.
Uh-huh.
The character beats maybe were a little fresher, but they're both really good.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I love all four, honestly.
Yeah, true.
And it's crazy
true.
for me to say that I like the fourth in a franchise, because
Yeah.
usually the fourth is just like,
Yeah.
oh God, please
You got
don't.
like 3 good diehards, right? And then it goes to
it
shit.
just goes to shit, right?
Most don't even get to 3.
Yeah,
with,
exactly.
like 3 good ones.
And
you
so the
know?
fact that all 4 Lethal Weapons are eminently
Yeah.
entertaining movies.
I would say the 4th one probably is better than the 3rd one. To me,
I'd have to watch it again. Honestly,
I think we will.
I mean, we might we'll probably get to it at this point. Yeah,
we better do it. Do you want to try to recap us on what happened in the first?
I'll give
What
us a
was the
recap.
open?
We open with Riggs yelling into the camera because they're in the middle of a police chase.
And he's probably coked out of his mind.
He's coked out of it. He has to be. Murtaugh is driving his wife's station wagon during this chase, and it gets beat to hell because this isn't just a regular chase. This is like a dual chase in one red car, one blue car. Half the LAPD is doing it. The station wagon gets beat to hell over the course of this. Riggs chases down a car on foot at some point. Ultimately, the bad guys get away on a helicopter that flies off into the night. Right?
You know,
Yeah, as you do.
it's a clean getaway.
Right.
Because you don't have a tail number. Or
Yeah, there's
anything like that.
nothing. There's no flight plan.
untraceable.
It's
Untraceable.
complete black helicopter nonsense. Anyway, back at the police station, Riggs is in a straitjacket. He dislocates his shoulder to escape from the straitjacket, wins a bet. We also find out that Murtaugh's daughter, Rianne, she's in a commercial. Turns out that this commercial is for condoms, which is never good for a cop because Riggs points out to everyone that she's in a commercial. So we know the entire station is watching this commercial. Meanwhile, we cut to some, at this point, undisclosed location. We don't know where this is.
True.
But it is a straight up Nazi office with an aquarium.
Yeah, it's like Hitler's bunker.
Yeah, that's right. And the big bad Rudd, Mr. Rudd, shows up with his prime henchman, Peter, and they bring in the driver of the red BMW who's part of the chase. They off him.
Yeah.
And Peter tells Rudd that the way he's going to handle it, he's going to threaten the cops because, in his experience, usually a scared cop is better than a dead cop.
Yes.
And that's where we're at right now.
Right on. Nailed it. So now we're back. It's the same night as the commercial. We're back at the Murtaugh house. Riggs is like cooking up some chili. It looks like. I noticed Burbank the cat was like chilling on top of the refrigerator.
Yeah, still there.
Trish is there. She's preparing this huge amount of meds.
Comically large.
I mean, there were dozens
Yeah.
of bottles of pills and vitamins or whatever.
I
Like,
don't
what
know
the fuck is going on?
What is going on?
I feel like it's all for Riggs. Because she was like telling Riggs, like, here's the order, you take them in, or each bag has a day of the week on it, or something like that. I don't know, but it's kind of fucking crazy. I don't know if this is what's.
This is what causes personality
he's
change.
mellowed now because he's on all types of like lithium and stuff like that, or Valium. But
yeah.
you know, then she says, "Hey, look, and I found this gold pen in the wash." She asks if it's his. He sort of mumbles that it is and takes the pen. He says, "You know, I keep on losing this," and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And Riggs says, "You know, well, it reminds me of the night that my wife died." And Trish is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, you know, pry or whatever." And he's like, "Well, no, you know, we never really talked about this. It's a good thing that he's got this like very open relationship with Trish."
Yeah. No, and it's totally believable too.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, Richard Donner said on the commentary, he's like, you know, this is like the woman in his life right now.
Right,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
You know, this is his surrogate wife or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
woman he can talk to or whatever. But it was a nice moment. And it's like,
it is.
it fills in a gap of information that we didn't really get in the first movie.
Correct,
Like, particular. All we know is that his wife had died in a car crash
That's it.
recently.
That's
or
all we
something.
got. Yeah. Well, if I recall correctly, it's not clear if it's recently or 12 years ago.
84. I think it's at 84. Yeah, it was kind of weird. But so Riggs says, that night I was supposed to meet her for this romantic dinner, but I was swamped at work and I totally forgot about it. And Vicky waited for me at the restaurant for a while. Then she got tired or whatever, decided to drive home herself. And, it was after midnight when I got home to an empty house and a ringing telephone. And it was the hospital calling to say that she had been killed in a car crash. And then he says, like, oh, if I would have been driving, she would have been okay, huh? And it's like, that's tough.
Heavy, yeah.
That's tough.
But Gibson does a great job of delivering it.
Yeah,
it's a crushing story.
And then he's like, says, I dropped to my knees and I was shaking all over. And he's like, I was thinking I'm losing it. But he's like describing a panic attack.
Yeah, straight
which
up.
is like, I don't know. This might have been even before like the concept of a panic attack was like really mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but then he said he's like down on the floor, curled up in a ball, and he looked over and he saw this gold pin that was up under the couch that he'd been looking for months. And he's like, it says of Vicky, he's like, she wasn't much of a housekeeper. He says fondly, and it's just like a really well acted moment and all that.
You kind of see his emerging talent in this scene, right?
He could do the drama stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
That's probably why. Because he was a tier above like your Stallone or Schwarzenegger. I think he wasn't just like a roided up action dude. He like could bring emotion, which is
why I think his career went on to be a little bit more prestigious. Than them, because he did actually have the acting chops, and I don't know where it came from because he cut his teeth on sort of grindhouse style movies, But anyway.
But then he says, I got this voice in my head said, "Get up," and he said he went down to the morgue and he signed her body out with that gold pin, and like he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
During the scene, also, I don't know if you noticed, but he like had a bag of Oreos and he was crushing up Oreos and putting it in the chili.
Oh no, I did not see that.
It pays off later or whatever.
Oh, I did not notice that.
But the pain and the guilt, you could like really feel it in the scene, and it was really good writing.
Yeah, it's a great monologue. It's just a legitimately great monologue.
And at that like very open, vulnerable moment, Murtaugh comes returning from his walk that he had gone, and he's like, "Gold pin? Trish found a gold pin in the laundry." And then Riggs and Trish sort of smile at each other like it's their little secret or whatever.
It's also a great tension breaker, right? Like it does a great job to like bring us back into the movie.
Yeah. And on that commentary track, they floated the idea out that like that story about like not having been there for Vicky and her crashing is like the root of why Riggs's character always wants to be the one driving.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's kind of deep.
That's really cool.
I think it's something that wasn't thought about in the first movie, but like
upon reflection,
it might have been in Bohm's head on writing the script for this one, that like he has some sort of psychological need to be the one driving because he feels like if I'm driving, bad things happen when I'm not driving. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of that's like next level depth to the movie.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
But so later on that night, Riggs is out on the beach outside his trailer with his beer and his dog. He's like living the life. I mean, pretty sweet.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucking great.
Apparently, it was a different Sam the dog than the first movie because that dog had passed away.
Damn, that's
or something. Yeah, this one's like a lot younger. But
yeah,
Riggs tells Sam, one day all of this will be yours. He says, find a nice bitch, raise a couple of pups. A man can live here and be happy.
It's a good moment. It's a good moment.
Yeah, they go back inside the trailer.
So before, he stands up and he says, "Come on, let's go back inside. We're gonna get the Piles sitting out here."
Yes.
The Piles is a non-American term for hemorrhoids.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice it, but Katie pointed it out to me that.
Is it an Aussie thing?
It's an Aussie thing. Well, it's
or you would say that in Australia.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of slipped in there, but it's such a line that's delivered so quickly you don't even think about it. But it is remarkably inappropriate to the United States.
For an American,
yeah, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to call that out because I thought
that's
that was
nice.
an interesting idiosyncracy.
But yeah, Riggs goes back inside with Sam. They put some Three Stooges on the TV.
Yeah.
It's like, what more could any man want? I feel like this is the first time we've actually get to witness Riggs's Three Stooges obsession.
Yes, that's true.
And I feel like it was subtly referenced in the first movie.
Well, because wasn't it on
he did like an eye poke and like slap guys in the face and make the noises, and there was like a deleted scene where he picked up the young prostitute and wanted her to go back to his house and watch Three Stooges.
Oh,
with
that's
him,
right. That's what it
or
was.
whatever.
That's what it was.
But that was in like a deleted scene. or
Yeah.
something. But
yeah.
But now back at the Murtaugh house, Roger and Trish are fast asleep. We have these dark figures creeping into the house. Murtaugh wakes up, starts getting out of bed to go use the bathroom or something. He's like wiping the sleep out of his eyes, and a masked man like slaps duct tape over his mouth. And I feel like that my dude Murtaugh was like halfway across the room, and like
That's like
unaware that there was someone else or like a group of men in the room. I don't know if that. I feel like I guess that could happen. Depends on how much you're still asleep.
I mean, I'm half asleep when I'm getting up in the middle of the night to take a piss.
True. So some other dudes pounce on Trish. They slap duct tape on her. They're like wrapping their wrists and their ankles up or whatever to restrain them. And the leader, who appears to be that top henchman, Peter, says, I bet you're wondering what happened to your kids. He's like, shall I tell you? Why don't you just let your imagination run wild? It's like dastardly shit.
Ooh, man, dark shit.
So Peter is saying, this is just a warning. After this, it's going to get bloody. And he says, you tell your people to back off. Don't you go being a smart K word.
Yeah.
Whatever, which is like, that's such a very specific word to use that I feel like if you don't want them to know who you are, you shouldn't use like a very regional racial, epithet.
But I mean, at this point, they've heard the they've heard the unfamiliar accent.
Yeah.
And when he starts speaking, he's definitely speaking in that same accent.
True. Maybe they assume they already know that we're South African or we're Afrikaans or whatever. But then the goons just quickly vanished into the night like some straight up ninjas.
I know.
Like they were all so quiet.
I mean, they were literally disappeared seconds before the children ran into the room.
I was full on like ninja vanish.
Yeah. Ninja smoke.
So moments later, the kids burst in. They're in a panic. While outside, this car squeals away. So the next day, Murtaugh is filling Riggs in on the home invasion. He's saying, they all had on hoods. The one, though, that did talk had a strange accent. Not German, not English. It was kind of guttural, a shitty accent, which I thought was a great description. Just a generally shitty accent. So Riggs asks, was it like what we heard on the radio the other night? And Murtaugh's like, yeah, I think so. So Murtaugh says, I sent my family off to Trish's relatives. I told McGee to take the week off. We don't get a whole lot of the Murtaugh family in this one.
No, because of that.
Like, that was it for them. They're gone now.
But it also makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. They sent them away. So Riggs and Murtaugh, they walk in the squad room. Seems like everyone has heard about the home invasion. One thing I noticed, like watching, was like this whole thing from them walking into it was all one long take. It was one long camera shot, like them going in. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I did not notice that.
I like that. I'm not sure that the layout of the police station makes any sense because it was like they walked in from the street, hung a right, and they're like in the detective's like bullpen or whatever, Yeah, no, it was just kind of like, I feel like they would be like upstairs or like not just like working on street level.
Right.
We're just off of the lobby.
Right.
But so all the other cops are there. Riggs tells them, like, everybody, you heard about what happened, so let's watch each other's backs until we catch these guys. Then Hank from Breaking Bad reminds everyone, we got poker tomorrow night at my house, except that poker game does not happen the next day.
No, it does not.
Within the context of the story. Now, the captain calls Murtaugh and Riggs into his office. He tells them, I'm giving you guys a cushy assignment. I want you to babysit a witness for a couple of days until the feds show up to take over. The witness is this guy, Leo Getz. He's in protective custody. He's going to testify in this drugs and money laundering case. And Riggs and Murtaugh, they don't really appreciate being taken off of their current case for this quote-unquote shit assignment. But the captain's like, after the home invasion, you guys could use a break. I feel like any cop would welcome, like, I get to stay at the Ritz, for a few days, all expenses paid.
On the LAPD's budget. Yeah.
Unlimited, like, cheeseburgers from room service or whatever. Come on.
Yeah.
But Riggs lights up a cigarette, despite the many non-smoking signs in the room there.
There's so many.
I mean, there were no smoking and like gun control signs up everywhere in the police station. Like, I think every single shot just about had either a no smoking or a gun safety, like ban assault rifles or handgun safety.
But this was the era of that, right?
Yeah, but it's for an action movie.
Yeah, right.
Like this was like the socially aware franchise.
Yeah.
Where it's like we have a lot of shootouts and all that, but we also believe like there should be gun control.
Right.
You know, so I think they're asking him, you know, like what are we supposed to do with this guy? And the captain's like, how should I know? Take him to Disneyland. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, that's why I don't have an ulcer, because I know when to say I don't give a fuck. The captain was fucking great.
Yeah.
So the captain gives him the address to the hotel where Leo's staying. All expenses paid by the Justice Department. He tells the guys, you know, just go and enjoy yourselves. They're starting to walk out, and the captain's like, hey, Riggs. And he tosses him that sign, and he's like, what does this say? And it's this little, like, no smoking sign that he had on his desk. And Riggs is like, well, it says the same thing as this sign, but I don't give a fuck.
I have a specific note here. This line, I don't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about an American accent. He sounded 100% Australian when he said that line.
It's weird because I feel like, I mean, his accent's always a little muddled.
Yeah.
But I feel like was trying really hard in the first
one. In this one, he was not trying.
I don't know if it was
at all.
So behind the scenes, Mel Gibson was like a heavy drinker.
Oh,
like he had a big drinking, like, and he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like what was going on with him in his life at this point, but because he did not seem to give a shit about trying to null that accent out.
No,
but I mean, at the same time, I guess you can also blame the director and everyone else, like being like, hey, Mel, you know, let's redo it. Your accent was coming through a little bit there, you know, like whatever. But
anyway,
it was coming through.
That one in particular, I laughed because like you just said that like an Australian.
So, but yeah, he's like, I like Murtaugh's like waving his hand in front of his face. He's like coughing. He's like, "You're lucky. I have to live with that," or whatever. And now there was a deleted scene at this moment where they arrive at the hotel, and there's like Riggs and Murtaugh are walking through like the pool and hot tub area, and there's a bunch of like cougars in a hot tub, and Riggs is like flirting with them or whatever, and Murtaugh's like, oh, you're really coming out of your shell. But I feel like they were like sort of trying to establish that like Riggs is starting to have an interest in women again or whatever. But yeah, so now meanwhile at the hotel, there's this guy with the shitty accent like stops a room service guy with the card. And in a very lucky coincidence, the card actually was destined for Leo's room, because he's like, "What room are you going to?" And he says 612, and then we see Riggs and Murtaugh at 612, and it's Leo's room.
Yeah,
It's lucky, but like, why does he even care?
Right, exactly.
But it gets weirder in a minute, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But so Riggs and Murtaugh, they're at the room, knock on the door, they say it's the police. We hear the voice inside. He's like, how do I know it's the police? And he's like, after I shoot you through the door, you can examine the bullet.
Which is a great line.
It is good. So Leo reluctantly answers the door, and Riggs just sort of shoves it open. He's like, well, that was easy. Don't you even want to see a badge? And he's like, okay, let me see a badge. And he's like, shut up. And Leo's like, okay, I get it. Bad cop, good cop. And Danny Glover, Murtaugh's like, shut up. No, I get it. Bad cop. I know all the routines.
Like, just right out of the gate, I fell in love with this character as a kid.
He's good.
Yeah.
But I will say, for people who have seen the movie, we know who Leo is and like what he's like.
Yeah.
But there is zero reason for Riggs and Murtaugh to be being so hostile with this guy.
Right.
They're like
just so immediate.
Like, unless they know more info than we've seen them receive, like, they don't know that he's this skeezy, like, annoying criminal. For all they know, he could have been like a witness to whatever.
Yeah.
They're like shoving him around and calling him stupid and stuff. It's weird.
My attempt to steelman this one is that they're more butthurt about being on this assignment,
of course,
initially than they are about him. But then when they see how skeezy it is,
okay,
like, it stops being about the assignment and it starts being about him.
Okay.
Like, that's the way I steelmanned it, at least.
So this guy could have been a guy whose family all got murdered.
Right.
But they're like walking in, like slapping him around and stuff. You know what I mean?
If they saw that it was just some sort of like meek guy who was like, shoulders hunched,
maybe they would have done it.
They would have calmed down. But because Leo is Leo,
they got the read on him quickly.
Yeah, they read him immediately.
So Riggs and Murtaugh, they're walking through the room. They're checking out the suite. Leo's trying to break the ice with him. He's like, my name is Leo Getz. Whatever you need, Leo Getz. He's like, that's good. I use that with people. He's like, I'm Sergeant Murtaugh. This is Sergeant Riggs. He's like, well, what do I call you guys? And he's like, Sergeant Murtaugh, Sergeant Riggs. But hilarity ensues between them. He's like messing with their gun. He's like, oh, an old-fashioned wheel gun.
Yeah.
And like goes to like touch it. And I think Danny Glover like slaps him in the face. He's like, well, geez. He's like, I'm sorry, I just haven't seen one in a long time. I bet the kids got an automatic. He's like, oh yeah, look, a Beretta. Like just slapping him around.
Yeah.
And then they're arguing about the room. Like we're gonna take this room.
Their chemistry is instantly like all three of them have such an amazing chemistry.
Unreal. They're like, yeah, we're gonna take this room. And he's like, well, my stuff's already in there. He's like, you know what? He's like, I'll take the small room. I'm the smallest guy here. I'll take the small room. But at that moment, there's a knock at the door. Leo goes to answer it, but Riggs and Murtaugh stop him. Leo's like, it's just room service, you guys. He's like, you can order anything you want. It's all free. He's like, no, it's not free. It's taxpayers' money. He's like, oh my God, it's the same thing.
Which is like so true.
It's like, it kind of is, right? But so they open the door. We see it's that same guy who had stopped the room service waiter earlier.
So what a weird looking guy. And I've seen him in other movies too.
Well, and for some reason, he's like, he literally has changed into the guy's tuxedo,
right?
Which seems unnecessary. But I don't know what became of that poor waiter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like dead and naked in a broom closet somewhere.
Yes, the answer is absolutely yes.
So he rolls the card in, and Riggs and Murtaugh like immediately start stealing French fries off the plate or whatever. And Leo like lifts the silver dome up. He's like, hey, this isn't what I ordered. That's why I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, yeah, exactly.
This cart was meant for his room.
Right.
But they fucked up the order? It's like, this guy, Leo's, he's got bad luck with people fucking his orders up throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But the waiter immediately then produces this silenced pistol, and Leo and him start wrestling over it. I feel like once the guy walks in and there's like more people in here than you were expecting, you would press pause on your plans.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's not this guy's style. But without hesitation, Riggs runs in, dives across the room service cart, tackles the guy. Riggs, Leo, and the bad guy all go crashing through the big window, and they fall out the window. They fall 7 stories down, land in the swimming pool.
This, I laugh every time I see that. Like it's just this whole thing, the amount of luck that was involved.
Yes.
The fact that
Thank God there was a pool.
Thank God there was a pool. Thank God, what happened to the cart? Thank God it didn't fall into the pool with them.
Well, I feel like, the windows aren't supposed to break like that.
Yeah, those windows are also deep, like heavily reinforced,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes for a great movie moment, but if you start to think about it for a half a second, you're like, what the fuck is this?
But so in the first movie, right, we had the 2-person high fall.
Right.
And now we upped it to a 3-person high fall. Though I feel like these were dummies.
Yeah, they looked like dummies.
I think they were just sort of because I don't think you can safely do a jump from that height into a pool.
No, that'd kill you. From 7 stories, that'd kill you.
Did you notice also like prominently in the background was the Fox headquarters, the Nakatomi Tower?
Oh, I didn't notice.
Right next door to the hotel.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I think I stayed in that hotel before because I remember like we did a trip when I was maybe in college, a family trip, and I thought it was the coolest thing about the whole trip was that the hotel, the Nakatomi Tower, was like right outside our window.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was that hotel.
That's pretty cool.
But Riggs comes up like punching in the pool because this guy's like wrapped up in the drapes or whatever, but it's Leo.
Yeah.
Fucking Leo, man, can't catch a break. He's getting punched out. Meanwhile, the would-be killer, he climbs out of the pool and goes running off.
And he's like Riggs is like, stop that man, and everybody's just like, oh, you say stop that man? I'm gonna step back and do nothing.
So he goes to leave Leo, and Leo's like, help me, I can't swim. So Riggs like begrudgingly helps him to the edge of the pool. Murtaugh comes running out.
How did he get down 7 stories?
That was quick.
I mean, I guess it's because they were falling in slow motion.
That's true. Very slow. Maybe it's a couple minutes later. We don't really know.
Yeah.
But I like Riggs is like, where were you, man? You're my partner. You're supposed to follow me down.
Yeah, that's a great
follow
line.
you down. It was funny. So Riggs wants to know, Leo, what are you into that these people are taking this kind of risk to try to kill you? He's like, look, all I did was I laundered $500 million in drug money.
Okay. I love that.
$500 million? He's like, could I please have some cotton balls for my nose? And like, could you please shut the fuck up?
Oh my God. Just every moment with these three together is just so good.
The chemistry is fucking amazing.
I know.
I feel like Pesci is like low key, like he's one of our great actors.
Yeah.
Like he's so fucking good. But now we're back at the bad guy's lair. It's revealed that they were the ones who were trying to kill Leo. Now, is this too big of a coincidence to stomach that they got said, we got to get you guys
Yeah.
away from this dangerous case, babysit this witness, and he's part of the same case.
Yes, I mean this gets into what in some of my screenwriting books are called double mumbo jumbo, where like an audience will always believe one coincidence,
Yeah.
but the more coincidences you start adding, the more audience that you lose, right?
Okay.
And so this is a point where I can see a large percentage of the audience going, "Oh, come on."
Like, wait
Right.
a second. What?
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
They got taken off the case, but they're still on the case.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly,
This guy
because
is
of
tied
this-
up to the
yeah.
same bad guys.
Exactly. Now, again, like nostalgia bias here, that never occurred to me as a kid watching
Yeah.
it.
Oh, sure. No.
Right. And so now I completely forgive it unjustifiably.
It's one of like the leaps in logic that this movie makes. That I
Yeah.
feel like the first movie never made any sort of
no,
like
no.
didn't ask us to suspend our disbelief
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
any point.
I mean, this is when you have this many coincidences in a row, it stops being a story and it just starts becoming destiny,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not really a story, it's just destiny.
That's a good point. So at the bad guy's lair, Rudd is chewing out Peter in his like all grayed out office or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like saying he slips right through our fingers and into the hands of the police. And Peter, meanwhile, he's sort of like studying the floor. And Rudd's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm just checking to make sure I'm not standing on plastic."
Which is another great line.
A good moment.
So many good one-liners in this movie.
So now they've gone back to Murtaugh's house, I guess, to change into dry clothes or something like this. Riggs and Leo, they're getting cleaned up. They're eating cold spaghetti out of the big communal
It's
bowl.
just so weird.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Leo's like grossed out by it.
I mean, as he should be.
Cold spaghetti, are you eating it? Why? There's no need to eat it cold.
No, not a chance.
There's a microwave in this house.
Literally, you could just take the whole tub and put it in the microwave if you're that urgent.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Anyway,
But Leo's explaining the process of how he would launder the money for
this
the
is
bad guys.
so hilarious. I love this
I'm
whole
not sure that
scene.
his explanation even makes sense.
It doesn't even matter.
But whatever.
Though. Right.
He's like saying, I'm me. You're a drug dealer.
Yeah.
He's like, so who's giving me the money? I am. No, you're not. He is. He's the courier. But it's like you give the money to the courier gives money to me, then I loan
Take
it
out
back
a loan,
to you.
but then you never pay back
But
the loan.
you don't pay back the loan, and your money's clean now.
Right, exactly. I'm like,
Maybe.
maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
But then I love at the end too. He adds the thing is the best part is you can take out the
Yeah.
lost interest on
You
your
take
taxes.
a tax deduction on the interest
Yeah.
on a loan that you're not even paying.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! It was
Leo's very proud of him.
just such a great. I love that whole. Again, it was like another monologue, but it was great, and I love Riggs and Murtaugh's reaction to it. They're just absolutely dumbfounded by what's going on.
But yeah, he's like saying, I scam, like I get 2%, but 2% of $500 million is a lot,
a lot of money. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So now at this point, the dryer buzzes. Leo goes to go check on the clothes. Murtaugh's like, wait, so why'd you blow the whistle on the scam if it was working so well? And Leo's like, I was skimming money from those guys and they figured it out. Millions of dollars changing hands and small bills. He's going to notice $10,000 here, $20,000 there. And he's like, drug dealers. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right. They did. So Leo brings Riggs his shirt and it's like shrunken all to shit.
Comically shrunken.
I don't even know if it's possible to shrink a
I
cotton
have that
shirt
same
that much.
exact. I have that exact same note.
If it's not like silk or something, I don't know that you can shrink it.
Right,
that
exactly.
much.
This is like Who Framed Roger Rabbit level silliness. But anyway,
So Leo is like, they want to know, like, give us the names of some of those people who you were working with. I also like the touch that Riggs had like a stash of clothes.
yeah, which
at,
makes
at Murtaugh's house.
perfect sense.
Oh yeah, he's like, where does Trish keep my laundry?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
bringing his laundry to her, and that's
Yep,
a nice touch because he's
100%.
part of the family.
Yep.
But so Leo's like, so I'm telling you, I never met the guys. I only ever dealt with couriers. Then he's like, but wait a second. One time, they took me to like this job interview at this house in the hills, at a house with stilts on it, and I met a guy there whose name was Hans.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who got killed on the plastic.
Yes,
earlier, was
exactly.
Hans.
Yeah.
But I feel like having a bad guy named Hans this close after Die Hard is a little bit of a strange choice.
It might have been a small little rib, elbow in the ribs to Die Hard.
Perhaps. But so Riggs is like, do you remember where that house is? Saying it couldn't hurt to take a look. And Murtaugh's like, I'm not feeling that idea. And Then Riggs is like, "Come on, we're back. We're bad. You're black. I'm mad." That was definitely a trailer line.
Oh,
That's
100%.
100%. Also, like, is it a Mad Max reference? Like, I'm mad.
I've never heard that line before. I mean, I don't remember that line in any of the
I wasn't
Mad Max
sure if it was
movies.
just like I'm mad is like I'm Mad Max.
No, I don't. They never actually call him Mad Max at any point in any of the movies.
That's true. Yeah. He's the Road Warrior.
He's the
or
Road
just
Warrior.
Max.
He's Max. Like that's all it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so frustrated Murtaugh is like resigned to the fact that I guess we're going. And Leo chimes in. He's like, "Hey, if we're going, shouldn't I have a gun?" And they're like, "No." So Leo asks, "Is my nose still bleeding? Because it really hurts." And Riggs is
Oh,
like,
God.
sort of yanks on it like Three Stooges
The amount
style.
of pain he would be in.
Fucking brutal.
Ugh.
So now later on, the three of them, they're cruising around the Hollywood Hills. They're looking for Leo's mystery house. I feel like this is fucking madness. You're taking your witness into like an inherently dangerous. You're out looking for trouble.
But this is the whole movie, though. This is the whole of the rest of the movie.
So they're on their like 9th house apparently, and Leo's like optimistic. I think this could be the one. And but out in front, there's like there's a tow truck hitching up a car.
So much going on right now.
Yeah, this broken down. There's a pool cleaner guy there. There's a lot of convenient activity going on.
Yeah.
So they tell Leo, wait in the car. We're going to go check out the house. They start walking around back. Riggs, I guess, immediately senses that there's something dirty here at this house. Riggs peeks inside, sees like armed men counting huge amounts of cash. It's just like the most blatantly criminal behavior.
This is literally the second time in 2 movies where they look into a window and see suspicious people counting cash.
That's what I have.
In the Hollywood Hills.
It's like when the hookers were bagging up they're just bagging up drugs in the window.
Right, exactly. This is the second time in the Hollywood Hills this has happened to them.
So now we cut to the goons on the inside. They see Riggs walking around back with like all this pool cleaning gear. A couple of the goons go out to stop him. Riggs is like, "I'm here to clean the pool," and the guys point out there's no pool here. Like the house is on stilts. I feel like none of the houses up here have pools.
None of them.
They're all on stilts. So I'm
No.
like, what is this pool? What's even happening here?
There's no way.
But he like starts beating the shit out of him with the pool cleaning gear and like throws the big like scoop over one dude's head or whatever. He disarms him, tells him like to cuff yourselves together. Now, meanwhile, inside there's another guy who starts shooting at Riggs through the window. So Riggs jumps over the railing. He's like dangling off the deck now. It's pretty high up above.
Yeah.
There's like a road down below.
Yeah.
Murtaugh bursts in the front door. The shooter runs out the back. So Murtaugh comes and he helps Riggs climb back on the deck. Riggs goes running after the shooter. He says, "I thought that was the waiter from the hotel." Now the shooter, meanwhile, his car's blocked in the driveway by the tow truck. So he just takes the tow truck, which is like halfway through hitching this car up or whatever, and drives off with the car
Pretty great.
trailing behind.
Pretty great.
Yeah, Riggs comes sprinting out again, running as fast as a car can drive, and throws himself onto the back of the car that's being towed by the truck.
Yeah.
And that was really Mel Gibson doing some like pretty good
Yeah.
stunts. And like there was a shot, I mean, I'm sure it was like safe, but like of him climbing on top of the car and like clearly this
was
is a
clearly
real
Mel
car
Gibson.
being towed
Yeah.
down a road or whatever.
Yeah, and it was definitely Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. So now Leo has gotten out of the car. And when Murtaugh comes out, he starts pointing in the direction like they went that way, they went that way. Awesome music swells. The chase is on. It's a fucking great helicopter shot.
Oh my god.
Like as this car's going around the bend or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Like
just it's like swooping in over the Hollywood Hills.
this sequence so memorable.
Yeah. Oh no.
The car chase.
Straight up, great car chase.
The music and the stunt coordination are like on point.
Mhm.
Apparently though, I read that like a tow truck like this, it like literally is like got a mechanism where it cannot drive unless the bed is like fully engaged, whatever, but whatever. Yeah. So Riggs, he's climbed up on like the incline truck bed. He's looking through the side mirror, sizing up the driver. He taps on the back windshield with like the barrel of his gun to get the driver's attention. He's like, "Hello, asshole." And the guy jerks the wheel. Riggs is nearly thrown off. He immediately drops his pistol.
Yeah.
Oops. It's like, apparently that was the same prop pistol that he had in the last gun and the same one that McClane uses.
Oh,
in,
really?
like, all in like the first 3 Die Hard movies.
Oh, that's
like,
amazing.
The literal same prop gun.
That thing is
Whatever.
a celebrity. That's a
Yeah,
damn
man.
celebrity gun.
So they had some awesome shots too of Mel Gibson where he was like sort of halfway dangling
Yeah.
off and like you could really see the road rushing
Yeah.
by or whatever
Yeah,
below
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, and it is true that it like things look faster than they are if you shoot them in a particular way, right?
Yeah.
And so they might have been only driving like 20 miles an hour,
It
but
could be,
still,
yeah.
you're hanging off of this vehicle.
Well, you put Mel Gibson on a moving vehicle.
Right, hanging
yeah.
upside down. If he fell off, even at 20 miles an hour,
Yeah.
he's going to be very hurt. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like regardless of how fast it was actually going, it's an incredibly impressive stunt.
So now the driver guy, he starts shooting at Riggs through the window, shoots the window out before his gun conveniently jams up. Murtaugh, meanwhile, is driving along behind, and they pull over, and Leo goes and collects like Riggs' gun.
That's what a
No.
good spot, man.
Ain't no way.
Impressive that they saw that on the side of the road.
Nobody has good enough eyes to see a gun lying on the side of the road.
I mean,
at
it's a
like
celebrity
50
gun.
miles an hour.
It's a celebrity gun. They couldn't
Yeah.
abandon it.
But so meanwhile, Riggs, he's climbed back onto the back of the truck. He's like trying to grab the driver through the shot out window. The driver pulls the lever that like starts like bringing the truck bed back, you know? So Riggs has to, he crawls up on top of the cab to avoid getting crushed. There were, again, more shots of Riggs like, or Mel Gibson on the top of this truck.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
So he goes on like the wrong side of the road or whatever, and there's another car coming, and he runs the car off the road. It almost hits Murtaugh, who's like caught back up to the chase here in the station wagon. The bad guy then he slams on the brakes, and Riggs goes like tumbling off the front of the thing, but he's like winds up hanging on the grill, fucking Indiana Jones style.
Yeah.
More awesome shots of like Mel Gibson.
Actually hanging off the front of this truck.
I'm sure
yeah.
he was fully strapped on and everything like that, whatever. But it was really Mel Gibson on the
Yeah.
front of this truck,
Yeah.
like close-ups of his face and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So the driver seems to think that he's lost Riggs. You know, he starts like looking in the like adjusting his mirrors or whatever to see Murtaugh. He goes to pass another like a moving truck on this blind curve, but there's this pickup truck approaching head on that's got a surfboard strapped on the roof.
This is a
Right?
great kill. This is a horror movie level kill.
This is amazing. This is like, this is Final Destination.
Yeah.
So he slams on the brakes, and Riggs gets thrown off the front of the truck. He's like rolling to a stop on the asphalt. But Murtaugh, meanwhile, plows into the car, fucking up the station
Drink.
wagon. Yeah, further. He like hits this car that the tow truck was towing, and it just like launches off the ramp of the incline truck bed. So it goes flying off the front, lands in the road, hits that pickup truck head on, and the surfboard goes fucking flying off the roof of the truck through the windshield of the tow truck, kills that guy. It's fucking crazy, like a Rube Goldberg machine or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know who dreamed up this stunt coordination, but it is so fucking good.
It's very complex and it's very effective.
It's really
Yeah.
good. So Riggs gets up and he like sees the guy's got like a surfboard lodged in his head or whatever.
And
He's
he,
like,
like,
oh, wipe
he
out.
grimaces. Yeah. yeah.
Nice
That's right.
clip.
Yeah.
This movie's got one-liners for days.
Just constant. Yeah.
But that was an action-packed little
Just
section of the movie.
It really
here.
was. Yeah.
Riggs and Murtaugh, they're hot on the trail of
That's
the
right.
bad guys now.
That's right.
Well, they've caught them, right? It's about to end. You just go back to the house
That's
and
right.
arrest
And
everybody.
get the drugs because there's all that money and there's all the
very
drugs in there.
simple.
We're done. We're almost done with this movie.
Yes,
Can you believe
crazy.
it? God, there's only 2 episodes.
This is a short film.
This was a short film. Yeah, this is a student film.
No, there's a whole lot
So
more.
much more about
the
to
plot's
happen.
about to thicken.
Very, very convoluted plot coming up.
But you're gonna have to come back next week if you want to hear what happened next in the as the Riggs and Murtaugh world turns. In the meantime, though, check out the social media.
Absolutely.
Check out
60
some of
OS
the
podcast.
Check out some of the back catalog stuff because it's fucking rad.
We got so much. I've actually been doing this for over a year now, so
fucking
there's
crazy, yeah.
so much to listen to. You can
So
hear
much.
my voice so many times.
Yeah, we've talked about all sorts of great shit. Or you
Yeah.
can go back to the early days when the episodes kind of sucked, but they were still pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, all of them are good.
So until next week.
We'll be back.